It's not saying, I promise you I'm going to make you rich. I promise you I'm going to fix all your problems. I promise you that you're going to be sorted for the rest of your life. I promise you infinite success. You cannot promise that. That is not integrity.
And it caused the breakup of one of my marriages, one of my 3 marriages. And the third one's still going strong and will last forever. I'm convinced of that.
So I had to Google the dictionary to look up the meaning.
As the Iron Lady said, let's have a look at the definition of the word integrity and take it from there. Google says,
and be interesting to see some of the varied answers that the rest of us come up with, and they are always varied and interesting. We've got quite a broad perspective of very interesting folk in the group, and already listening to some of the other videos, and it just shows how different we are.
To me, honesty. That's my integrity. Honesty, being truthful to myself.
I think that integrity is in life. Integrity is the mortar that holds the bricks together. So whatever you're building, I don't think it's worth anything if it doesn't have that integrity or that integral strength, you know?
Integrity for me means being ruthlessly honest with myself.
Can be used in a architectural sense, an architectural kind of word, in a sense of if the foundations don't have integrity, then the building's going to fall down.
When you are honest, when you are honourable, you have morals. This makes a successful individual. Can this person be relied upon? Do they stick to their words?
the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. Okay, let's take a look at a subset of our society. Let's take a look at something which defines us as a people. Marriage, for instance. Now we have vows. We give vows to each other, promising that we are going to live together and any number of things until death does us part. But this is often not the case. So what can we learn from this?
And it's a little bit like that in life. If you don't have integrity in your life, you will fall apart.
Is this integrity important for me? Well, we all are born as very honest creatures. Babies, when they start to express their feelings, so they are very direct, they are very honest, they cry when they don't like something, and they are very happy when they like something. And while growing, society just say what is appropriate and what is not appropriate. So once we are adults, so we are kind of product of society. And this product is not so honest.
It's quite an interesting, deep question here. I definitely had to check out the definition again, just for myself, just to feel into integrity. And what it means for yourself, because there is no wrong and right answer in this. There is a real personal essence in this, where your integrity is your truth and your honesty.
But nowadays, people throw the word around and you don't really see that integrity, those traits. When something goes wrong or there's a complaint, they're always quick to point the finger, aren't they?
believe me, I've been involved in that situation more than once, and it has affected the way I feel about people.
So if you think of a bicycle wheel, and if it's in integrity, okay, it's whole, it's complete, and it does what it's meant to do. Okay, a bicycle wheel. Now, if you were to take a spoke out of that wheel, it becomes out of integrity, and it probably can't do what it's meant to do.
I go to the bathroom, there's a big mirror, and I look in that mirror, and I want to see the person that I'm proud of. So if I'm not honest, so the reflection in the mirror wouldn't be nice for me, and that's something what I don't want to see.
So the meaning of integrity for me is linked to words like honesty, truthfulness, loyalty, trust, probably a few more, but I think those are the key ones.
And I think that that there are, for me, two levels of integrity. There's the level of integrity that we're born with. So there's this code of honor that we have, this the Japanese have a word for it, they call it kiri. Kiri is this honor that you're born with. Nobody needs to teach you. You just know, you naturally know the difference between right or wrong. So we have this developed, born integrity. Maybe it comes from family, maybe it's, you know, it's something that's in our DNA. And then the next level is the integrity that we learn from our environment and from the people around us.
We are right now in the age of awakening. I believe that we are the universe made real, come to life. The universe has come to life and is asking the question, who am I? What am I here for?
It's about having your inner compass, that moralistic guidance that you hold within yourself, what feels right and wrong for you. It doesn't necessarily reflect to other people, but you need to understand what your truth is.
I would like to replace the phrase integrity with done the best possible. When you know you've done the best possible, that gives you the bounce in your step to go on the next time to do even better. When you know in your own mind that you've done the very best you can, that is most fulfilling, and that is being honest with yourself.
I'm an honest person, I'm a truthful person, I'm a fair person, but I have had tendencies in the past to be a people pleaser. So people pleasing means you kind of say, yes, I'll be there, yes, I'll be there. And it was an old habit, it's not so much anymore. I've become aware of it, obviously, and I've changed it, and that's a big part of what integrity is for me. Saying yes to me first. You know, that cliche, fill up your own cup so that it's overflowing to be able to give to others.
So I think it's really important to have integrity when you're offering a service. Integrity is about being honest. It's about actually saying something really honest, like, I'm going to do the best I can to get you the best results.
So, you know, if we hang out with bad people, then, you know, that integrity is not going to grow. If you hang around with people that are good and they have that integrity in business, in life, in social, in relationships, everything they do, in money. I mean, if you look at life now, for instance, you know, 20 years ago, if a builder turned around and said, you know, I sold a $5,000 conservatory to an old lady and I managed to sell it for 10 grand, people would go, that's terrible, mate. Why would you rip her off? That's horrendous. Why would you do that? Well, nowadays people would go, oh, great, well done. Yeah, good businessman, really shrewd, good businessman. You know, and I think there's that level between, yes, making money and doing stuff, but they're not crossing a line. And I think that for me is integrity. And I think somebody's integrity is everything.
If someone sits in my chair and they say, I'm a size 20, I want to be a size 10. Yes, I can do amazing things. Yes, I'm very skilled at different techniques. We can look at your habits and change those. We can look at your beliefs and your values. But you're not going to walk out of my room 10 dress sizes smaller. I do not have a magic wand. Now, I know many people in my profession and similar professions that will go, yeah, we can do this.
So integrity to me means honesty. The opposite of that is, for me, selfishness. It's looking out for number one above anyone else. It's putting yourself first before anyone else. It's always good to look after yourself, of course, but when you put yourself before anyone else without regard for others, then to me that's not being full of integrity.
So whatever I say I'm going to do, then I follow that through. I do what I say I'm going to do, I follow it through, and for me that's being in integrity. And the impact for me when I'm not in integrity is pretty much I let people down. I let myself down, I think, is the most important thing. I let others down. I chip away at my internal self-image, which is what happens when we don't keep to our word, if you say it. And our word is just our word. It's not anybody else's word. It's not what anybody else tells us to do. It's what we tell ourselves, okay? And we can tell ourselves anything. So, that's the impact, is that chips away at my self-image. And it will do that.
We need to get back to our morals, believing what we are saying and sticking to what we are saying, because it's something that can be easily changed because of what's going on in life today.
You put on a mask to keep you safe. We have all of these little programs and fears in our life because it wants to keep us safe, and it doesn't want us to go into the unknown and to go into what our destiny could be, and to go into what our desires really are, for that fear of not actually achieving it and being rejected. And you're setting yourself up to fail before you even get there, and that is a reality that you've manifested because of the mask that you've got on. And for me, that's because you're not being true to yourself.
I have to have the courage to say no. I have to have the courage, because I'm integral with myself, then I'll have to have the courage to say no, and potentially maybe let someone else down, but do it up front. So integrity means, for me, another meaning for integrity to me is, who am I when nobody's watching?
Accountability. Yeah. If you're in a profession with a code of conduct, then if you have no problem working to that code of conduct, then you have integrity.
It's tipping the waiter when they've done a good job, but also if they've been really horrible and the food's been disgusting, it's having the right to choose rather than do what you think everyone else is telling you to do. But if you feel it's right for you not to tip the waiter, I've done that before. I've not tipped the waiter or waitress and said, this is because your attitude was awful, you were really rude, the food was cold, and you actually complained about us when we complained to you.
So with that integrity and who I am when nobody's watching, who I am at home, who I am when I'm walking alone, who I am when I'm at home at night when the lights are off. That to me is integrity, and that comes first. And then the other aspect of that is if I say I'm going to be there, I'll be there. The opposing impact of that is in business specifically, or in friends or any social circles, you want to be a man of your word. You want to be a woman of your word. If you're not going to do it in that moment, let them know, not likely.